SpongeBob's first season is probably the season that I have the most nostalgia for. Even though I grew up watching like the first 6 seasons, there is just something very special about that first season, and today I'm gonna be ranking every episode of SpongeBob season 1. Hey! So starting off, we have the first episode of the entire show, Help Wanted. Help Wanted is a really good episode. Like, starting off the show on such a high note is it's worthy of A tier in my opinion. Help Wanted is like, it's just one of the best cartoon pilots of all times, and the only reason I'm not putting it in S tier is because I just think the show got even better after that. But yeah, Help Wanted in A tier, it's a classic. The second episode, Reef Blower. Reef Blower is like, I would say it's B tier. Not one of my favorites of season 1. It's kind of funny. It's a different episode, no dialogue, and unlike the season 14 episode, not having dialogue actually works here. It's just a quick 3-minute silent episode with just some relaxing music. It's a vibe, but that's pretty much all it is. Theater 3 Dome, however, really good episode. I'm gonna go A tier on that one. Theater 3 Dome has some of the funniest moments of season 1 to me. Patrick in this episode is hilarious. The episode introduces Sandy, which is great. A great introductory episode for Sandy. Her tree dome is portrayed in a really cool way, honestly. Like SpongeBob, you always think of the scene of SpongeBob drowning. No, the other thing, not drowning inside her tree dome, like drying out, as it's hilarious, right? But it's also really cool, well shot with the ice in the glass or vase and everything. Lots of iconic moments in this one. It's definitely A tier. The episode after that, however, Bubble Stand, S tier. Bubble Stand is fantastic. It's the best episode so far of these we have of these we have right here. To me, Bubble Stand perfectly pictures the relationship of SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick. This episode is hilarious and so creative. Also some of the best jokes of the whole show, of course. You just can't go wrong with this episode. It's a comfort watch, and it's just maybe the best season 1 episode for me, at least top 3. Ripped Pants. This episode is a bit conflicting for me because I think it has a really good story, a really good song. It's just not one of my top pre-movie episodes when it comes to comedy, which kind of leads me to placing it in B tier, although I think it's definitely A tier worthy if you appreciate some stuff more than other stuff, I guess, if that makes sense. Really good story, really good song. It could go in A tier, but I'm gonna have it in B tier. Jellyfishing is hilarious. The first jellyfishing episode, such a great setup. Really, really funny. It's A tier. It's A tier easily for me. I feel like this episode is just really good portrayal of the dynamic between the 3 neighbors, just like in Bubble Stand. Kind of mean to Squidward, of course, but hilarious, and that's pretty much what matters the most. You know, if many Squidward torture episodes in the middle and more modern seasons were funny, they would not be as bad as they are. Jellyfishing, great episode. Plankton. Plankton's debut episode is probably... I should have decided beforehand on some of these episodes, because is Plankton an A tier or a B tier episode? I think I'm gonna have it in A tier. Plankton such a good character introduction. He is just hilarious from the jump. His dynamic with SpongeBob is really funny, because something I always liked is how SpongeBob, he knows Plankton is a bad guy in many episodes like this. He knows he's a bad guy, but he doesn't like dislike him or anything. He just doesn't want to give him the recipe. And it's a good dynamic. Plankton gets to do lots of fun stuff in this one. His lab, like the kidnapping scene, it's an A-tier episode for me. And I think the same goes... No, it actually not the same. Yeah, the same goes for Nautical Neighbors. I was actually debating S-tier with this one because I really love this episode, but I gotta save some space in S-tier because it's gonna be full pretty soon. Nautical Neighbors is a really good episode. I think this one is just so funny. And once again, episode taking place on Conch Street. This is a similar episode to Bubble Stand for me, in that it's Conch Street with our three Conch Street house owners, and it's just non-stop good jokes. And this one actually has a kind of good story structure as well, with Squidward breaking up the two as friends, and then him getting stuck with them one by one, and then him reuniting them again. It's a simple story, but it works really well, and they get some great jokes out of it. Boating School. Boating School, like every episode here is the premiere of something. We got like jellyfishing, Plankton, Sandy, and now Boating School. Boating School is an episode I always really liked, but I'm not sure if it's on the same level as the A-tier episodes. I think I'm gonna have to put Boating School in B-tier. What I really like about this one is Patrick. He's really funny, but I think this one might be a bit dragged down by all the Boating School episodes after it, because it's kind of basic. It works really well, but I think there are so many Boating School episodes where this is basically all that happens, you know. SpongeBob drives bad, he tries to get his license and fails. Boating School is still really good though. Pizza Delivery, I mean, it's S tier, of course. Pizza Delivery has the best Squidward and SpongeBob dynamic of season 1. It's full of good jokes, it has a good song, it has a good atmosphere, especially in the beginning. Actually, the whole episode has a really good atmosphere. It's... yeah, like I said, it's funny. The story is so good. Like, SpongeBob's... You know, there are so many video essays and stuff about this episode, and that's for a reason, because Pizza Delivery nails everything. It's like the prime example of how to do a SpongeBob episode to me. Home Sweet Pineapple. I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I think Home Sweet Pineapple is very underrated. It has some of my favorite jokes of the entire show. Probably gonna throw a couple in here just to show y'all what I mean. Patrick is really funny in this one. He's funny in every pre-movie episode. Like, any episode where Patrick has a bigger role is great. But Home Sweet Pineapple, SpongeBob becomes homeless. Really funny. He tries to move in with like Patrick, then Squidward, then eventually decides to that he has to live with his parents, and the conclusion is also really great. I think this episode has another Conch Street episode, but they do a lot with it. Like, they utilize every house, they utilize everything. Like, they utilize SpongeBob's house as food for the nematodes. It's great. I love Home Sweet Pineapple. Now we got the first Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode, which I'm gonna put in B tier. This one as well could be A tier, but I think actually, is it A tier? It might be A tier. This is one of my favorite Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes. There aren't that many of them. Actually, no, I just thought about it. I think I have a couple of ones that are gonna be above this, so I think B tier is good for it. It's a really good introduction to Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. It's really iconic. I really like it. I mean, it's A tier. A tier is gonna be so full, but like, it's definitely A tier for me. It's just so funny. Like, Mermaid Man is such a funny character. Barnacle Boy as well, but Mermaid Man... RIP to both of them, like Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway. Such great characters in such a great show. Next we're gonna have Pickles, and Pickles is... that one's gonna go in B tier. The story is very good, really good, but similarly to Ripped Pants, I don't think it's that funny. And not gonna lie, Bubble Bass is kind of ruined for me. Like, when I rewatch this episode, all I can think about is him like bouncing around with his ass on screen in the modern episodes, and I know you shouldn't think like that, but I mean, I really hate this character, and even though I always liked his appearance here, it's still kind of solid. Really good story though. Hall Monitor is A tier. This episode is really funny as well. I'm gonna be saying that a lot, but Hall Monitor is one of the funniest episodes of season 1. One of the best boarding school episodes of the whole show, because it's not just SpongeBob driving and failing, it's instead him becoming Hall Monitor and just becoming the maniac that ruins the entire town. Patrick is hilarious in this one, SpongeBob is hilarious in this one, the cops, like the conclusion, like the ending is really good with him. Yeah, you all know what scenes I'm talking about. Like, this episode is so iconic. Jellyfish Jam, which I'm deciding between A tier and B tier. I'm probably gonna have to stick it in B tier, even though I think it's a fantastic episode. Fantastic would mean it's A though. B tier is like great. It is a great episode, I think. I think the song is really good. Like, it carries the episode a lot, but I think that in order for it to be A tier, it would have to be a bit funnier, and well, I think like the plot is very relatable and the story is really good overall. Great ending, great ending. Very cozy episode. Yeah, I think B tier is good for that one. Sandy's Rocket, however, that's an A tier episode for sure. I love Sandy's Rocket. It's a really underrated episode. Don't feel like it's talked about enough, except for like the plot, of course, of like Patrick and SpongeBob just going around shooting everyone in Bikini Bottom. But I think what leads up to them going to the quote-unquote moon might be like even better. The scene of them going onto the spaceship and being on the spaceship is probably my favorite scene. Like one of my favorite scenes of season 1. It's just, this episode is so nostalgic for me. It's really funny. Again, Patrick and SpongeBob's interactions are really good. The plot is just so like just crazy fun. Love this one. I also love Squeaky Boots. That one is also going in A tier. Squeaky Boots. I don't know if I always like this episode as much as I do, but I've really, over time at least, come to appreciate how the story just portrays straight insanity for Mr. Krabs. It also helps that I like Ren and Stimpy, and this feels very much like something that would happen to Ren. Like, just replace Krabs with Ren and SpongeBob with Stimpy in this episode and you'll see what I mean. It's a parody of some Edgar Allan Poe story, but I don't know which one. I might have read it, because I think I've read something similar to this one in school, but I'm not quite sure. However, it's such a great, interesting episode, such good visuals. Like, when Krabs is snapping, it's the best shots of, like, some of the best shots of the entire show. And the story is just so good, and the episode is funny as well. And the squeaking never was annoying to me. It's something that's annoying to crabs only, which is perfect. Nature Pants. Nature Pants is B tier. I think Nature Pants has good stuff in it. Some great stuff in it. I think Patrick and SpongeBob's dynamic is great. Him chasing him is awesome. SpongeBob giving up his life to live among the jellyfish and then struggling is really good stuff. The only thing I would say is it's not the funniest episode, which is why it's in B tier and not in A tier. I think the plot is really good. It's an emotional episode. SpongeBob's motivations are a bit dumb, I guess, but SpongeBob is dumb, so it works. It's B tier. Opposite Day, that's A tier. Always liked Opposite Day. Always loved the episode. Remember watching it a lot as a kid. It's a really fun one yet again. Like, we're still on the season 1 episodes, and season 1 is like the least funny pre-movie season, but that doesn't mean much when pre-movie is just so consistently funny that like all of these episodes have like top tier jokes in them, and especially like Opposite Day and stuff. It's a really fun concept for the characters, showcases some, lets them like play with the characters a lot, and the voice actors as well get to do some fun stuff, like with people imitating Squidward. Tom Kenny does a great job. The real estate lady is really funny. You feel bad for Squidward, but at the same time it's so funny that like, yeah. Another episode that's going in A tier, which is gonna be really full, is a Culture Shock. Honestly, debating S tier for this one. Culture Shock is such a cozy episode. Like every character, pretty much, yeah, every character that has been like introduced up until this point, at least every like main character or side character that's been introduced, we're not counting like one-offs, get together at the Krusty Krab for the talent show. Like you got SpongeBob's parents in attendance, you got Patrick there, Sandy, like, and then you get everyone who's actually on stage doing stuff. This is such a comforting watch for me. Remember watching this one a lot as well. It's every character gets to shine. Like I always point out Patrick and him like laughing uncontrollably at Squidward is really funny, but I mean SpongeBob and Squidward still the show here. It's a great episode. Next we got Fun. Fun is... I'm actually debating between B tier or A tier, but I'm gonna have to go with A tier, which is getting really full. I can't put Fun in B tier. It's the story is too good. That's a trend with season 1 SpongeBob. It has really strong stories and really vibey episodes. The Fun song and Plankton and SpongeBob's dynamic in this one, it's a really chill episode. Just them spending time in jellyfish fields is like just relaxing, and that's a thing with SpongeBob season 1 as well, of course, really relaxing. I think the story, like I said, the episode is funny, not top tier funny, but it has enough jokes that it makes it to A tier alongside like how well the episode wraps up and the rivalry between Plankton and Krabs and SpongeBob coming in between that. Yeah, it's A tier. MuscleBob Buff Pants, that one is gonna go in B, however. While I really like this one, I think I really want to put like every episode in A or S tier, but I have to be objective here, as objective as I can be with my own like feelings towards the episodes. But I would say that MuscleBob Buff Pants is, I mean, it's probably funnier than fun, in my opinion. It has some really funny scenes. Yet again, story is good. I think B tier is fine for that one. Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost. That one might be S tier. Let's put it in A tier, for now at least. Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost is so funny. Like, this one is underrated. I think every joke in this one lands. I put this one in the same category as Naughty Nautical Neighbors and Bubble Stand. It's Conch Street episodes. There are just banger joke after banger joke. This one also has a really interesting plot with them thinking Squidward is dead, and like how the episode ends at the end with them trying to bury him and having a funeral for him and everything. This one is just crazy fun all the way. The Chaperone is B tier. Really like the song. SpongeBob taking like kids to prom, however. We're gonna look past that and just focus on how the episode is just really good. I think it's B tier because I don't think it's as funny as what's above it, and that's gonna be how most of this list goes. Pre-movie SpongeBob is so consistently funny and has such consistently good stories that it's just gonna be a matter of what is funnier and, like, to an extent, what is a better story. The Chaperone is another vibey episode. I like how the day actually works out for both Pearl and SpongeBob, even though they're like kicked out and stuff. She had fun. And yeah. Employee of the Month is gonna go in A tier. Rivalry between SpongeBob and Squidward about stuff at the Krusty Krab, like actually working, is not something we see often, so I really appreciate it here. It's it's great. I think it's funny. I think the Employee of the Month, like, this is what kickstarted it all. Like, Employee of the Month became like a game, it became like a thing in future episodes, like the original Fry Cook and stuff. Them like running to the Krusty Krab and setting traps for each other is one of like the like my favorite scenes when it just comes to like animation and visual gags in the show. It's really good. Scaredy Pants. The first Halloween episode, and like one of the best ones, for sure. Wait, maybe even the best one. Scaredy Pants is such a vibe. It has so good atmosphere. It feels really cozy. It's definitely like a Halloween watch that you should always book, or however you say. The episode is super just enjoyable. Like, it's so cute. Like, it's such a cute Halloween episode. I really like it. SB129. This is one of the only cases where I will put an episode in S tier. Even though I don't think its comedy is S tier. Like Bubble Stand and Pizza Delivery, it's... At least Bubble Stand. Actually, Pizza Delivery is kind of in the same boat, where I think just the story is good enough. It's so good that it carries it all the way up to S tier. But it's still really funny. SB129 doesn't have the best jokes of the season, but it's S tier because it is one of the most interesting episodes of the whole show. It does time travel perfectly. It shows us first, future, to past, and then the dimension that like makes for one of the most iconic cartoon scenes of all time. I love SB129. It's so good. Like, honestly, it's a sci-fi episode for SpongeBob, and it's like it's like the only good one. Like, they tried to do time travel and stuff after this, and they just like bombed. Maybe I'm forgetting some episode that actually did it well. I mean, Stuck in Time, or whatever it's called, the time capsule episode. Buried in Time. That one is like okay, but like, yeah, this episode, you just can't top it. It's just fantastic. I Was a Teenage Gary. I'm gonna throw it in C tier. No, I'm not. I'm gonna throw it in B tier, and I'm gonna tell you all why. I know people tend to not enjoy this episode very much because, first, very mean to Gary. It's not fun seeing Gary suffer, especially not in the early seasons before he became kind of annoying. But it's also a really weird episode. People get thrown off by like the horror weirdness, but that's what I like about it. I like how weird episode this is. I like how Squidward is stretched out to like insane proportions in this one. This episode is such an interesting watch. It gets body horror done very right. The ending is bizarre, like I like it a lot. Like my main problem with it is that I don't like seeing like a starved snail, which is like the equivalent of a cat. So it's basically like a cat owner not feeding his cat and then it becoming sick and stuff. But except for that, I think this episode is really good. Not that funny, to be honest. Not that funny at all, actually, for pre-movie. That's why it's in B tier. But it's still a really good episode to me. Karate Choppers. I actually don't care for Karate Choppers. It's gonna be our first C tier. I think it's worse than I Was a Teenage Gary. Karate Choppers is one of my least favorite pre-movie episodes, because it's just, I don't think it's funny. I think it's just I don't know, I think it's just kind of not fun to watch to me. I mean, it still has good jokes. The ending is good. I think SpongeBob getting fired by Mr. Krabs is a bit too rude for him. Like this feels like season, like mid-season SpongeBob stuff, in terms of like him firing SpongeBob and stuff. And I don't think the karate stuff is all that funny, except for in the beginning. It's really funny. Like there are some iconic stuff in this episode. It's C tier. It's not F tier, but it's definitely one of my least favorite pre-movie episodes. That does not continue with the next episode because Sleepy Time is, let me see if I can move it up. I can't move it. Is A tier. I never realized how similar the background for Pickles and Sleepy Time is, like the title cards. They both look really good title cards. But Sleepy Time is a bit like Culture Shock, where you just get to see lots of different characters doing stuff in their like own habitats, almost like Squidward. In Culture Shock is like Squidward dancing, Gary singing, or doing poetry. Yeah, he's not singing, he's doing poetry. And here it's like we see Gary in his mind library, we see Squidward perform, we see Patrick's dream, which is the best one. Like that scene is so funny to me. Like it's so dumb, but that's what makes it funny. I can't talk today. Yeah, like Sleepy Time is great. I think every dream is really funny. I think how the concept is like really good, like how they set it up and everything. It's a fantastic episode. But next is Suds, and Suds is an, can I grab it? Hello? Suds is an A tier episode. Suds, to me, is a really funny episode. I think the concept of SpongeBob getting sick and, he's a sponge and how they handle it at the end, really good. I think Patrick is super funny in this one. This episode has one of my favorite, maybe my favorite Patrick and Sandy interaction of the whole show, at least one of them. This episode is definitely A tier. No, we don't got that many left actually. Let me see. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I think left. And we're starting off with an episode that is gonna go pretty far down. Is Valentine's Day really Valentine's Day? Is it really C tier? I think it is. I never liked this episode. For pre-movie standards, I mean, it's funny. It's good for a Valentine's special. I just don't like how like stressful the episode is, and with how Patrick gets like more and more annoyed and mad. It's just not very enjoyable to watch to me, and I just feel kind of bad during the whole episode. And Patrick is, I mean, the episode is funny, but I don't like Patrick in this one, and that is unusual. I think Patrick comes off as unlikable, and that is why it's in C tier. But next we got the paper, and the paper is B tier. It's a really creative episode, because SpongeBob is really creative in the episode. It's... how do you say it? Actually, how do you say it? They do a lot with a little. This whole episode is just SpongeBob playing with the paper and Squidward wanting the paper, and then Squidward getting the paper. And that's the whole episode. You'd think this was a short or something, like Reef Blower, but no, they get a lot of content out of it. Feel really, really bad for Squidward in this one. But what carries the episode from just being a like sad fiesta, as Squidward throws his whole life away just to get a paper, is just how creative it is. Like, the things SpongeBob does with his paper, it has a lot of clever animation in this one. Clever is maybe not the right word. Creative. And the ending, Patrick in the ending, like, he looks so cute in the ending. That like saves it a lot for me as well. It's B tier. Could have been A if it was funnier. Here's an episode that is funnier. ARRGH is A tier. ARRGH is I like the pirate aesthetic in SpongeBob, and this one really delivers with it. It's definitely the best pirate themed episode. Actually, I just remembered one that is better in next season, so never mind. But ARRGH, yeah, it's a really funny episode. It has them go on a journey, really, which is unusual for SpongeBob. Like them traveling out with their ship, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Krabs teaming up. Like, you don't see that often. Patrick and Krabs have some really funny interactions in this one. That's the main reason this is so funny, is because these two have such a good like chemistry with their, like, they're just bouncing jokes off of each other in this one. I really like ARRGH. A tier for sure. Rock Bottom. Rock Bottom is S tier for me. This episode inspired so much about the show. Like, there's a reason why Rock Bottom is in like every SpongeBob game. Rock Bottom has such an interesting atmosphere that we're not used to seeing from SpongeBob. It's very fitting to have Rock Bottom and SB129 next to each other, because like Rock Bottom, just the place, and specifically the place and how it's pictured, how it's depicted in this episode. I don't think they ever got it as good as this again. It just feels so empty and liminal and just scary. Like, this episode scared everyone when they was a kid. Like, they nailed the atmosphere with this one. I think the story is good as well. Like, the bus stuff is so funny. Like, yeah, it's annoying, but it's just hilarious to watch. You feel so bad for SpongeBob, and then Patrick, dumbass, like, leaves him, and you're like, Patrick, that's not cool at all. And then Patrick goes back at the end of the episode. Like, the ending, it just comes together full circle. Really good episode. Still, that bus start thing, still messing with me. Okay, now we got Texas, and I'm gonna throw Texas in A tier. Texas, Patrick, Sandy, and SpongeBob. You can't really go wrong with that in early SpongeBob. Like, it's... I like episodes that have... I like any dynamic with Patrick and early SpongeBob, but like Patrick and Sandy and Patrick and Krabs, it just works really well. The chase scene in this episode is one of the best of the entire show. The song is really good. Like, this is a sad episode. Like, you feel for Sandy in this one, and I think that is that makes it really, really good. And then it's so cute with the ending and everything, and you actually feel like Sandy might leave them. Like, this is season 1, like, you feel for the characters. But yeah, A tier, my voice is dying. We don't have a lot of episodes left, so... Walking Small. Also, these episodes are here, but I'm not doing them because I was actually gonna be doing a tier list with every episode of Classic SpongeBob, so this goes all the way down to Pranks-A-Lot, which is the last Classic SpongeBob episode of season 3. But I literally can't. My screen is too small. Like, you can't even see all the tiers right now. Like, I have to scroll to get to the episodes when I'm at the top, because it gets too full. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do it in separate videos. But did I say Walking Small? Yeah, Walking Small. Walking Small is like B tier, I think. Maybe A tier. I think it's B tier. I like this one. It has its jokes. It has its moments. I think Plankton and SpongeBob is always funny in pre-movie SpongeBob. The assertive stuff, insertive, like all of these stuff, it's good jokes. I just don't think it's quite as good as the episodes above. I think like Walking Small and Boating School, like that's definitely on the same level. Still a good episode. Like, what do we got? F, E, D, and C under it, and like A and S over it. So it's like flawless, fantastic, great, good, mid, bad, horrible. Pretty much. Maybe C should be mid instead. Fantastic, great, good, mid, flawed, bad, trash, or something like that. Still, Walking Small is a good episode. Anyway, Fools in April, I'm gonna put that in B tier as well, because I think the moral of the episode, that's not the right thing. I like how Squidward does something bad, he gets karma for it, everyone is like, yo, that was not cool. I think that scene works really well. You truly feel bad for SpongeBob, he just wanted to prank people, and his pranks before that are really funny as well. Him and his tongue, and like, you what? Like, all of this stuff is classic. Then the scene of him apologizing to SpongeBob. Then Patrick in this as well. Of course, Patrick, always funny. I think it's B tier. Neptune's Spatula is A tier. Neptune's Spatula is really overlooked, really underrated episode. Neptune works really well in this episode. This episode works really well as well, lots of wells here, to establish, not even establish, but just showcase why SpongeBob is as good as his job as he is. Like he makes Krabby Patties with love. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, that season 14 episode where they said all that stuff was, I just hit my mic, was really like offensive to me, because this episode, I like this episode a lot, and I think this showcases exactly why SpongeBob is at the Krusty Krab and why everyone loves his cooking. The contest is fun to watch. The convention and stuff, no, not the convention, what is it called? The museum and stuff before that. Patrick, of course. Patrick looks so cute in this episode as well. Like he's just adorable in season 1. What do we got left? 2 episodes left. We got Hooky, which is A tier. Hooky is really good. I think the hooks as a concept is horrifying, like actually horrifying. Like when you truly think about what's going on in this episode, like they are literally playing with death, and it's so fun to watch. SpongeBob contrasted towards Patrick and with Krabs as the authority figure telling them not to do it. This is how you do an episode where SpongeBob is more like a kid. But it's not him being scolded by his parents, it's literally his boss telling him, don't go there and get hooked on a hook and die and get eaten. I mean, Patrick doesn't listen to that. It doesn't go too well for him. But I think this episode is really good, really funny. Now, before my voice die, the last episode, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, ending off on a meh note with C tier. I never really liked this episode too much. Definitely one of the weakest season 1 episodes, as we see, as it's in C tier. The weakest Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode of the original saga. It's good still. It's like it's okay, I think. I just don't think there is too much fun stuff in this one. It's just SpongeBob getting Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy to help him with chores, and then them like fighting a villain a little bit. It's alright. Definitely not a top tier pre-movie episode. So that is my list, my tier list of SpongeBob season 1. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with my picks and if there was any that were like outrageous or stuff. This is definitely one of my favorite cartoon TV seasons of all time. So yeah, we will probably be doing season 2 soon, so stay tuned for that.